Push me over. Push me, push me.
Hello, welcome to this Electronic Cafe Celebrates edition. We are looking at one of our favourite synth-pop duos, the incredible Erasure, and we're celebrating the debut studio album of theirs, Wonderland, which was produced and released on May 86. Funny enough, after everything that happened with Vince, with Depeche Mode and Assembly, and Yazoo, it wasn't an immediate success. The 3 singles released from it failed to crack the top 40 in the UK initially.
You got to remember, in 1986, Vince Clarke was still only 25 years old and he'd already had quite a history and had been in 3 musical collaborations, Depeche Mode, Yazoo and the Assembly, before Erasure. As Andy said, despite all the success of the former projects, Erasure were not a hit straight out of the blocks. And with Wonderland, they had to build up some momentum in the old-fashioned way by jumping in a van and playing shows, which also cemented their strong relationship, which stands to this day.
But here's the thing, Who Needs Love Like That would eventually make the UK top 10 some 6 years later. And I guess we just caught up with them. Maybe that could be the case. And Oh L'Amour reached the UK top 20 in 2003. Both have been remixed both in remixed form from promoting their pop, the first 20 hits and compilations.
There's something going on, something not quite right. There's something stranger happening to me. There's someone at the door, I hear voices in my head. It seems things aren't the way they ought to be. Who needs love like that? Who needs love like that?
The 3 singles taken from the album were Who Needs Love Like That, Heavenly Action and of course Oh L'Amour. For Wonderland, Vince Clarke relied heavily on analog synths and drum machines, giving the album a warm, pulsing mid-80s electronic sound that still stands up today and is full of Erasure's emotional intensity and of course Clarke's euphoric melodies. Nonetheless, noticeably more introspective and melancholic, closer to Yazoo than the flamboyant pop Erasure would be later known for.
However, the album fared better in both Germany and Sweden, where it charted within the top 20. Erasure's initial exposure in terms of American success, because they are pretty big over there, came via dance clubs, as 2 singles reached the top 10 on Billboard's Hot Dance Music Club play chart.
Wonderland was made quickly and cheaply, giving it that slightly raw, exploratory feel compared to Erasure's later, glossier releases, and it was produced by Flood, who later went on to produce the 2 huge Depeche Mode albums, Violator and Songs of Faith and Devotion.
And also at the time of release, Wonderland was considered a failure, as I said earlier, especially compared to the success of Depeche Mode and Yazoo. But Andy Bell also stated that Alison Moyet was a huge influence on his vocals. And he used to practice to Yazoo songs, and you kind of see that when I did my research and you start listening more to Andy, which I've done for a long time. But there was some positivity, and obviously they grew to become huge. And I think people caught up with them, and right from the original album to what they're doing now. And there was a contemporary review for Billboard's dance track, in a review for Billboard's dance track column. Brian Chin, who's a columnist, that wrote that Erasure's Wonderland may just be the nicest thing ever produced by Mute Records.
With Wonderland, critics were intrigued rather than blown away, seeing potential more than polish, something Erasure would fully realise on later albums, but without a doubt, while not their most famous album, a beautiful record that established them and laid the blueprint for the huge Erasure future.
But yeah, look, it's a great album. Erasure are a fantastic duo. We love them both. We've been fortunate enough to get the fabulous Vince Clarke on the Electronic Cafe. If you haven't seen that episode, go check it out. I'll ask my buddy to put a link if he can. But we want to celebrate that Erasure as a band have been going for 40 years. And Wonderland is a great starting point and definitely worth celebrating. So happy anniversary Wonderland by the fabulous Erasure.
I was blind, now baby I see the light. Love is kind, yeah, 'cause you made it alright. Stay with me, so close forever in time. See what you really feel and say you'll always be mine. Reunion, together this time. Reunion, forever be mine. Reunion, on the line. Don't wanna waste my time on an unresponsive kid like you. Who made the effort? You devil in disguise. You just keep on trying to win affection with your smile. Baby, cry so easy. Expect me to believe in the love you're looking for. Found out I was standing in your firing line. You made it, you marked your arrow went through me. Cut a real impression on this heart of mine. On this heart of mine. Loving what is happening to me. Angel made in heaven. All I want is your love. Give me some of that action, reaction. That's so appealing, needs you rocking and reeling. How did it happen this time? Good love of my mind. Hold me and kiss me, tell me how much you miss me. How can they keep us apart? Good love in our hearts. They say we're just two more crazy lovers. I say all we need is one another. Oh Lord, how they gonna stop us today? Go ahead, get captivated. Will you ever give your secrets away? My mind says it's gonna drive me senseless, but it's only tunnel vision. It's only state of mind. It's alright. It's alright to make the move. It's alright. Get there, stay there, baby. It's alright. Looking for you, you were looking for me. Always reaching for you, you were too blind to see. Oh, love of my heart, why leave me alone? I'm falling apart, no good on my own. Oh, l'amour broke my heart, and now I'm aching for you. Mon amour, what's a boy not supposed to do? I shed no tears and there's no reason for shame. A small consolation hides a stone with her name. Just a victim, still the light shines on bright. I've got the picture, think I'll hold it tonight. Wave goodbye. See my heart so blue.